Hi friends, myself Aniket Renavikar, Assistant Professor, Center for Distance Education, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. In the program MCom Valuation of Real Estate, in the semester 3rd, the subject is a maintenance and repairs of building structures. In that, the topic is the use of grouting in building repairs. That is learned in this lecture. So, we can start here about the grouting. Grouting is a process of filling up interstices cracks in a structure. It is one of the major techniques of repairs and rehabilitation of structures. A large number of grouting materials and various techniques are now available for grouting. This paper deals with various grouting materials, methods and their suitability, including economic aspects in building repair works. There are various properties of grout. In order to select a proper grout material, it is necessary beforehand to define various qualities required of a good grout, so that when placed in a gap between the surface, it joins them together in a solid monolithic structure and continues to do so without damaging the grouted structure, which is the basic requirement of every grout. There are various properties required for a good grout are: first is good workability and easy spread, dimensional stability, good bonding qualities, good strength and modulus of elasticity, chemically safe to parent structure and offering resistance to external chemical attacks. It is durable and economic. And various materials used for various types of grouting materials are used are cementeous grout, non-shrink or shrinkage compensating cementeous grout, epoxy and other pure resin grouts, polymer modified cementitious grout. These are the various grouting materials, types of materials used. In that, there are various properties of grouts. In that, the cementitious grouts, first is we can see these cementitious grouts normally contain high water cement ratio to obtain good workability and easy spread. As a result, they have poor strength and bonding qualities. Though they are chemically safe, they offer poor resistance to external chemical attacks. In order to overcome above drawbacks, often plasticizers are added to the grout solution to decrease water cement ratio. However, shrinkage problem remains in both the cases. Cement grouts are most economical of all grouts and are now used mostly for non-structural works. These are various properties of cementeous grout. Next we see about the non-shrink cementeous grouts. To counteract the effects of shrinkage, ordinary cementeous grouts are supplemented with dosages of gas producing agents like aluminum powder, lime or calcium sulfoaluminates, which causes expansion of the grout while it is still plastic. Such grouts have good workability and easy spread with moderate strengths and bonding qualities. Their resistance to external chemical attacks is same as concrete. However, due to release of hydrogen gas as expanding agent in the grout, reinforcement corrosion problems can occur due to hydrogen embrittlement. As such, they are definitely avoided where pre-stressed cables are to be grouted. They are however generally durable and economic and are now generally used. These are non-shrink cementeous grout. Next is a epoxy and other pure resin grouts. Epoxy grouts are frequently used where properties such as chemical resistance and early strength are desired. The grouting requires special skilled labor and techniques. Workability and spread wise, they are not as effective as cementeous grout due to higher viscosity. Many times, epoxy and other pure resin grouting is hampered due to clogging of passage inside the parent body due to viscous ground adhering to any obstacle. These types grouts also have problems of cleaning in pressure devices due to clogging. Polymerization of epoxy is an exothermic reaction. As such, temperature drop which occurs after completion of reaction causes thermal shrinkage, which may result in trace buildings and may cause cracking. As such, many fillers, economy wise, they are costly. Fillers. Epoxy grouts have very good bonding qualities and strengths. They are chemically safe to the structure and offer good resistance to external chemical attacks. However, high temperatures affect their durability. Economy wise, they are very costly mainly because the high cost of material itself as well as requirement of skilled labor and special equipments. Nowadays, polyethylene and polyester resins are also used for grouting. Their advantages and disadvantages are more or less similar to epoxy groutings. Next is a polymer modified cementinous grouts. These are polymer latex mixed with cement and water. There are many polymer latex, water-based polymers in emulsion now available to modify cement properties. However, those cheaply used are SBR. SBR means styrene butadiene rubber and acrylates. These types of grouts have good workability and easy spray. They are non-shrinking and have good bonding properties and strengths. They are chemically safe to the structure and have good resistance to external chemical attacks. However, emulsification of SBR is done with anionic surface active emulsifying agents and are therefore slightly less resistant to corrosion. SBR are also less stable than acrylites. In delivery system of grouting is normally delivered either by pouring, pumping, injection or capsule insert. So we can learn about this pouring, pumping, injection and capsule insertions. In that, first is pouring. Pouring or direct delivery method is simplest and cheapest method of delivery. It has limited applications as the grout is delivered with very limited pressures. In this method, grout is directly delivered into a feeding hopper placed near the area of grouting, or is delivered into a container placed at a height from which it flows down via tubing to grout holes using gravity pressure system. This method is used where grout does not have to travel far or where it is not expected to encounter much resistance, and the grout material is not scarce. For example, base plate grouting of wide near surface, wide and shallow surface, grouting of anchor, etc. Next grouting is pumping and injection. In this pumping injection systems, various types of pumps and guns with cartridges are employed to obtain high pressures required for grout have wide spread. They are also used where grout material is viscous or where locations are inaccessible. Example, grouting of narrow and deep packs. Large honeycombed areas in interiors of chamber or submerged locations, etc. These are the pumping and injection used for grouting. Next is the capsule insert. Capsule insert method of grouting used generally for anchor. It can also be used for cracks stitching. It generally contains glass or fixed skins with compartments where resin and catalyst are placed separately. The capsules are placed in the holes, and when anchors or stitching pins inserted, the capsule breaks whereby resin and catalyst are brought in contact with it. The solute quickly hardens their
setting the piercing material in place. This is a costly and requires the skill for this. In the precision of grouting, this is a vital part in the grouting operation and is important as choosing the material and delivery system. The preparatory work encompasses various options like exposing surfaces, making V-grooves or based on cracked surface, drilling holes of suitable size and depth, nipples or entry parts, and securing them with sealing cracked surfaces, table sealed between endpoints or plaster, honeycombed surface areas, suitable plaster. Cleaning interior areas or via entry ports by means of oil-free compressed blasts and mixing of grout or insert on out capsules, etc. Preparatories are required to ensure that property snod and mixed material is fed to a delay and is injected to location which is on-off to the extent possible at required pressure and do not grouts to escape. In the conclusion, the grouting has long phase its early development and is found to have many years in building repair work. Repair industry now these ideas what they require from ground, and with advanced science and delivery system, he has no choice of race and birth history. Last but not least, important of preparatory work of ground is needed routing operation fully and fully operation which is equivalent to influencing to an patient in repair. So to learn about grouting, use of in a building that we can properties of grouting and their grouting in that we can see the cement non-shrink or case also we can learn about delivery systems of grouting in the grouting. So, stop here. Any doubt regarding